I've never done this before, so be nice to me. Now this mortar looks way too dry. Now this can't be right. God, this is so wet. No way that is correct, right? Okay, this is not going well. What am I doing wrong here? If you've ever noticed that all the how-to things you see on YouTube seem to make things look very easy, that's why I started my channel. Unfortunately, I found out that you are not supposed to pressure wash stone veneer. It can damage the stone, apparently. So unfortunately, that means we have to hand scrub all of the siding. And you're also supposed to use a pH neutral cleaner with that. So I found this floor cleaner stuff I'm going to use. And once we're done washing it all, I'm going to go back and just seal up some of these places that the mortar is starting to crack. Oh, there's a good spot right there. All this dark spot, all that where it's black there, and kind of some black blotchy areas. I'm hoping to get all that cleaned up. The worst spot is on this chimney over here. Yeah, so we get all that cleaned off. So, and I'm also just using some lukewarm water from the kitchen sink. I'm not using the hose. And then after we've got it scrubbed on, you don't want to let the soap dry on there. So before it dries, we'll use this hose that I've got tied onto the handle here just to gently rinse that all off when we're done. This is not feasible to be working this hard on every square inch of this whole house. Okay, I've done a little bit more research, and I think the pressure washer is going to work just fine on this. I did the dangerous kind of research where you just search for the answer you want until you find it. But what I did find out is that most of the information out there about washing stone veneer talks about manufactured stone veneer, and this is real stone. This is natural stone veneer. And I can tell that, you can tell for one of how thick the stone is. Like this is real. Also, it's like, you know, manufactured stone is usually only maybe 2 inches thick at the most. And also, none of this is a repetitive pattern like manufactured stone would be. It's all very random pieces. We'll be careful. We'll use the lowest pressure nozzle and just get it done. But this is hopefully going to speed up the time of everything and make it a little more fun to watch. So. this whole side pressure washed yesterday, and it turned out pretty good. There was some, you can see down here, some of the stone had flaked off, but overall it's okay. And as far as the mortar flaking off, I'm gonna do some repairs on that. So if it's gonna come off, I want it to. Yeah. So here's a spot where there's like no mortar at all. So this we're gonna have to fill in with some actual new mortar, so that this whole stone doesn't just fall off of there all along here too. See here, it looks like at some point someone tried to use great stuff to fill all this in. That's not going to do much. So I'm no expert on construction or anything, but even I know that you're not supposed to overlap flashing in this way. Just start from the bottom and overlap on the way up. Right now water is just running right behind this. So that's great. It should look more like this. Water runs down, it can't get behind there. There's holes up in here. I don't know what caused all these. Now look at this. This whole thing, I just pushed on this. Insulation fell out of the top. That is not good at all. Yikes. First thing we're gonna have to do is pull off this this fascia. And pretty nervous about doing that because, I kind of know what I'm gonna find behind this, and it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be hard to just look away after I see it, but nothing we can do. There's still some bees down there, so we're gonna have to watch out for that too, but nothing we can do. I need more access to this to be able to fix it. So it's better. Oh boy. Screws are just falling right out. Okay, this is the last nail, and then this whole piece should just come right off. I think a lot of the problem, you see all this silicone here that they sealed it up with. That was between the edge of this, the bottom of this, and the board. Oh, you can see it over here. All the silicone up on the top, and I think that meant that any water that got behind here wasn't able to escape. And definitely water was getting behind here because look how they built it. All the water is just getting right in there. This doesn't look as bad as I expected. It was a really pretty green at one point. So that doesn't give us a whole lot more to work with. Oh, I don't see why we couldn't just maybe just cut some of this board out of there just to give us some space. I tried to pull this off. There's no putting it back. See how long it takes for that to blow away. Seems like there's more things moving around behind this one. Great. I'll get this out for a second. Okay. All right, let's mix up some mortar. I've never done this before, so be nice to me. All I know is you can either buy the premixed stuff, or you can use 1 part cement to 3 parts mason sand. I chose this method because I already had a few bags of cement in the garage, so 1 bag of the sand is only like $6. 1 part cement, 3 parts sand. See what that looks like. That was too much water. Okay. I don't know. Go with that, I guess. All right, so I was about to go back up into the lift, look down into the bucket, and I see nothing but water in here. So a quick Google search. When water settles on the top like that, that means there's too much water. So we got to keep adding. I can't stress enough how much of foreign territory this is for me. Never done anything with mortar or masonry whatsoever. So we'll see how this goes. The mortar, you can see down in the bucket, is still kind of wet on top here. So I'm not. I don't know. It seems really good until I get up here. I even dumped some of the water out after putting more mixture in. But anyway, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. So much water on top. I'm just gonna dump some out from up here. Shoot. Now this mortar looks way too dry. I don't know. It's tricky, I guess. No, this can't be right for the mixture here. I'm gonna go add just a bit more water. All right. Well, I added what I thought was just a tiny bit more water, and now I'm getting this bleeding onto the top again. And I don't know. So then I went back and added even more concrete and sand to this. I don't know. Let me know. This just doesn't really. Any masons out there can let me know what they think about this consistency here. It just doesn't look like anything I see online, and nowhere do I see all this water settling on top. So I'm not really sure what to think. Man, all this water sitting on top. I don't know. I'm gonna dump some of this out again. Just doesn't seem correct. See, because this has to be soft enough and workable enough that you can put it into a grout bag. So you put the mortar in this, and then you can squeeze it into all these joints, which is going to be really handy when we get to the chimney over there. So it's got to be somewhere in between. This is so wet. No way that is correct, right? It's running all over. All right. Well, I think I don't think I'm doing any favors the more I get onto here. So, let that set up. I'll come back tomorrow and do some more. It's not coming out even a little bit. Okay, this is not going well. Get my knife out. Put a bigger hole in this thing. Okay, that is still not coming out even a little bit. I'm getting frustrated now. I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong here. If you've ever noticed that all the how-to things you see on YouTube seem to make things look very easy, that's why I started my channel. Because it is never that straightforward. I think let's go inside and do some research. Figure out what's going on. Okay, you can stop yelling. I know what I did wrong. So I was using a concrete mix, and I was meant to be using cement. You mix cement with sand, not concrete with sand. Sorry, all you concrete people out there. I know it's a pet peeve that people use the term cement and concrete wrong all the time, and I just did it in the worst way. cement is an ingredient in concrete. A concrete mix has cement as well as some sand already in it and other aggregates like some gravel and stuff for strength. So what our problem was way too much sand. Basically, there was I was using the 3-to-1. Should have been using a 3-to-1 mixture of cement to sand, and I was using concrete mix, which already had sand in it. So there's way too much sand in the mixture, and I could still use the cement, or sorry, the concrete mixture, and just account for the added sand in it. But all the aggregate, the gravel, and things like that's going to make it harder to work with, harder to tool, to shape, like we're going to need with mortar. So that was a dumb mistake. I should have known better. I went back up there and I already got that stone taken back off. None of the sand it wasn't hard at all. It hadn't set up at all overnight. So I got all that cleaned back off, and we're going to start over again. Okay, that looks much better. Yep. I'm worried actually that this might be a little bit thick to be using with the grout bag, but we'll find out. I can always add just a touch more water, but this is going to be good, I think, for that top stone anyway. So all right, well, I definitely think it's still too wet. So I'll take note of that for next time, but I think we're going to run with it, though. Start with that little bit, see how that goes. Now, that is still not coming out very well. Kind of. Now let's try it. Okay, this isn't coming out at all still. I don't know what I'm doing wrong now. Let me take another second to think about this. What am I doing wrong here? I made the mixture more wet, like to the point. I mean, look at how wet that is. Does it need to be more still? It seems it's like it's dripping. Imagine there's going to be water just dripping off the wall at this point. And I've cut the hole bigger in this grout bag. And I did go to get some premixed mortar. But also while I was there, I noticed this other stuff, masonry cement, as opposed to just this Portland cement. I don't know what the difference is here with the masonry stuff. So I don't know. We already know what it looks like when you mix this Portland with mason sand. So now let's see what it looks like with masonry cement combined with mason sand, and also just the mortar mix by itself. I'm going to get 2 buckets. I'm going to mix them both up, and we'll look at the difference. Okay, so this one is the masonry cement with sand, and right around a 3-to-1, maybe 2.5-to-1-ish. And this is the straight up premixed mortar. And you can see they're both now giving me that peanut butter like consistency. There may be a little bit on the wet side. This seems a little bit lighter colored as well. Hopefully it's not just the bucket, but it seems like a little bit lighter colored, which is going to match my existing mortar a little bit more. So let's see how it works with the grout bag. This is a trick I saw online. If you step on the end of it and fold the edges over, that will let you fill it up a little easier. Oh, it's already wanting to drip out. Oh, look at that. Imagine that. You buy the right stuff and it just works. Yep. Beautiful. Just beautiful. So I think I'm going to stick with the mortar mix, the pre-mixed mortar, rather than trying to mix the mason cement with sand. For whatever reason, once I got even though it worked on the ground, once I got up here, the mason cement and sand mixture, all of a sudden I couldn't get that to work with the grout bag. Now it was sitting in the bucket for longer, so maybe that was it. But the consistency still seemed plenty wet enough. But anyway, I don't have. I'm starting to run low on time, so we're just going to stick with the mortar at least until that bag runs out. Color wise, the mortar mixture, if anything, it's drying a little bit darker. Um, let me take you over here and show you real quick. So up here, this is the cement and sand mixture, and this is the mortar. Also, the mortar mixture seems to be setting up a little quicker, which is better for me. Sticking with that for now.